Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a lot of interesting news today. Fortunately, I do know about the whole Hamill situation, so don't give me little eyes in your little panties in a bunch. But I do know about it. Essentially, what I will say is, we'll see what happens. We'll see what really comes out in the report. I know there are speculations of what happened, and yeah, for all that we may, it could be what you guys are actually talking about, which could be the actual vaccine. I Yeah, I understand that, but again, I'm not gonna make random assumptions until I know exactly truly what comes out into the medical reports. All I do know is that he's currently stable. So other than that, I'll be ending my discussion on that because right now, I think the best point in time for it is wait for information to come out and see what truly caused the issue. Anyhow, in other news, we have an Illinois Safety Act, which kind of came into effect as of today. Today. So we're going to read on that, and I'll be giving you guys some more news. News today might be kind of short because we'll kind of see. Normally it's a little bit dead around this time, but we'll try to get some stuff going on. All right, so Illinois Safety Act, nicknamed the Purge Law and Most Dangerous Law, now in effect. Illinois' 664-page Safety, Accountability, Fairness, and Equity Today Act serves as a massive overhaul to the prior justice system. It changes many aspects of policing, pretrial, and corrections. The Purge nickname comes from a film series in which all crime becomes legal for one day each year. It has been loudly opposed by 100 to 102 state attorneys. The law aims to eliminate cash bail and allow detention only in cases when it is determined that the defendant poses a specific, real, and present threat to a person or has a high likelihood of willful flight. The threat must be a specific identifiable person or persons rather than a general threat to the community or class of persons, according to the report from the Associated Press. This is a much higher burden than commonly used in today's courts throughout the country, says John Walters. An assistant state's attorney in the office of Will County State's Attorney James Glasgow told the AP the new standards could potentially be insurmountable. Orland Park Mayor Keith Paquille told Fox News that when I said that this is the most dangerous law I've ever seen, I believe that. On Thursday, Circuit Judge Thomas Cunnington ruled in favor of dozens of counties and several prosecutors and sheriffs in a lawsuit arguing that the pre-trial release and bail reforms in the Safety Act are unconstitutional. Today's ruling affirms that we are still a government of the people and that the constitutional protections afforded to the citizens of Illinois, most importantly, the right to exercise our voice with our vote, are inalienable. County State Attorney and Jim Rowe, I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I mispronounced it. One of the lead plaintiffs said in a statement after the judge's ruling, the elimination of cash bail has been temporarily halted as the state appeals, but the rest of the bill is in effect as written. Zach Smith, a legal fellow and a manager of the Supreme Court Appellate Advocacy Program and the Edwin Meese 3 Center for Legal and Judicial Studies at the Heritage Foundation, my god, that is a mouthful, told Fox News that the bill presents massive problems for the state. I know the governor disputes this, but there are currently incarcerated individuals who are going to be released when this bill takes effect, Smith said. So you're talking about not only the prospective application of this, but also the immediate flood of people that are going to be released back into the streets statewide when this bill takes effect. And that, I would say, is going to have a very negative impact on public safety in Illinois. Well, we're going to see the actual outcome of it happening, and I would say probably within a month or two, possibly less, because we're going to see on how bad the purge law happens. Me personally, I'm somewhat excited to see this because I want the liberals and the far left to get a taste of their own medicine and see what actually happens when you elect an idiot into office and when your own safety is going to be coming to a massive effect. I think this will have a greater impact on Chicago in particular, with this in Illinois. But again, this is going to have a mass global problem within the whole state. There's also another thing that Chicago has been doing, which Chicago is going to go on into, which they have allowed, I may believe, of last year, where they're going to allow, where they allowed transgender people to be into the opposite sex bathroom, etc., etc. So I actually want to see the report on that when that is somewhat released. I may do a little bit more investigation on to see if any information has been released on that, because seems to be the real case here. The purge law is now in effect. We're going to see the damage and destruction of that said purge law, and we will see on how bad it really becomes. I don't think this is going to be good. I think a lot of people are going to be killed. A lot of sexual assaults are going to rise. I think everything that you could possibly think of is just going to massively increase. And you can thank the governor for that, and including the people that voted in these people. Because people need to have fear struck into them in order for them to realize. Some people are going to say, "Oh, well, that's messed up." Well, it's like, "Oh, I knew that the far left or far right or whatever." It's like, or the right people are like this. Listen, I don't try to align with any type of political spectrum. I just try to align to what I deem is correct. I've always thought this way. I have never not thought this way, and I deem this as being completely stupid. You people have did this. I am speaking from my own mind here that this is incredibly dumb, and that I'm not going to associate from people that are Republican, because I think, in this sense, you're all idiots. You live in a very closeted and healthy society to where everything is pretty much catered, everything's taken for you. You even go too far as saying as men being bad, even though they're the ones that are holding up your society in general. So I don't want to hear none of this from you people. You people will see what happens when you elect politicians that have no interest in you. And you'll see on how many probably your own friends where they are probably killed in this purge law that will probably affect your lives or your friends' lives. You voted for it. Now it's time for you to deal with it. Have fun. That's it for the video, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.